Hello, my name is Jordan Clark, and today is June 8th of 2020, and I'm going to be discussing the role of the liver and the pancreas in regulating digestion. The pancreas is both an endocrine and an exocrine organ. The endocrine portion functions to regulate blood sugar, while the exocrine portion secretes digestive enzymes and bicarbonate to the small intestine to aid in digestion. We will focus on the exocrine portion today. The pancreas is located behind the stomach in the upper left quadrant of the abdominal cavity. The pancreatic enzymatic secretions are mostly zymogens, which means they are in an inactive form that has to be activated by something else. These secretions come from pancreatic acini, which are similar to salivary glands. The activation of these zymogens is a cascade of events that begins when enteropeptidase on the brush border of the small intestines converts trypsinogen to active trypsin. Trypsin then converts the other inactive pancreatic enzymes like chymotrypsinogen, procarboxypeptidase, procalipase, and prophospholipase to their active forms. Distension of the small intestine, presence of food, neural signals, and the GI hormone CCK can all trigger these enzymes to be released. Bicarbonate is the other secretion that the pancreas puts into the small intestine. Bicarbonate is secreted from duct cells in the pancreas. It is produced from carbon dioxide and water and is secreted by a chloride bicarbonate cotransporter. The bicarbonate is released into the duodenum of the small intestine, which is the first portion that directly connects to the stomach, and it neutralizes the acid entering from the stomach so it doesn't damage the intestine cells. It also creates an optimal pH environment for digestive enzymes to function correctly in the small intestine. Production of bicarbonate increases in response to you eating a meal. Production requires cells to have high concentrations of carbonic anhydrase. Hydrogen ions produced along with the bicarbonate leave the cell on basolateral sodium-hydrogen exchangers. Hydrogen ions are reabsorbed into intestinal circulation, which helps balance bicarbonate put into the bloodstream when parietal cells secrete hydrogen ions into the stomach. The chloride for bicarbonate exchange enters the cell on a basolateral NKCC cotransporter and leaves via the apical CFTR channel. Luminal chloride re-enters the cell in exchange for bicarbonate. Defects in the CFTR channel structure or function cause cystic fibrosis, which leads to the thickened mucus clogging pancreatic ducts, blocking enzyme secretion. The liver is an accessory organ to the digestive system that aids in digestion. It is located in the upper right quadrant of the abdominal cavity, below the diaphragm and on top of the stomach. The liver is the largest solid organ and largest gland in the human body. It carries out more than 500 roles and is the only organ that can regenerate. The liver also has two major sources of blood, which is unlike most organs. The portal vein brings in nutrient-rich blood from the digestive system, and the hepatic artery carries oxygenated blood from the heart. The liver's role in digestion is secreting bile. Bile is secreted from hepatocytes, otherwise known as liver cells. The components include bile salts, which emulsify big clumps of triglycerides so there's more surface area for lipase to break them down. Bile pigments, which are waste products of hemoglobin degradation. Bilirubin is an example that is the end product of the breakdown of heme from destroyed blood cells and gives feces their characteristic color. And cholesterol, which is excreted in the feces. Drugs and other xenobiotics are cleared from the blood and also excreted in the bile. Bile travels in hepatic ducts to the gallbladder, which stores it and concentrates it. When you eat a meal that includes fats, contraction of the gallbladder sends bile into the duodenum through the common bile duct. The gallbladder is actually not an essential organ to human function, and if And if gallstones accumulate at the portion where the bile exits the gallbladder can be surgically removed and the person will pretty much be fine. This concludes my analysis of the role of the liver and the pancreas in regulating digestion.